Hello, everyone. This is Barbara. I am doing my assignment as a video as far as reflecting back over the class and deciding what type of therapist my future holds of me being. I couldn't just decide on one type. So I have three that I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to mention the solution focused therapist, the emotional focused therapist, and the other one would be the behavioral couple therapist. And before I even start, I would like to say that as a counselor, we've been told that we do not have any opinion on whether or not couples should stay together or not. I feel as a therapist that the values that I want to possess are acceptance, appreciation, have a diversified attitude. I need to have integrity. I need to have excellence in clinical practice, research, and education. And I need to not be able to judge anyone. I should know what creates a good relationship and how to keep it going. Effective relationships should be that people are limited, understanding of subjective reality. Basically, neutralize neutrality or beginning of people's motives. Human encounters as rewarding. Believing things will get better is some of the focuses that I think will keep me being a positive counselor, along with not judging. Okay? As being a solution focused therapist, my ultimate goal is to be a chemical dependency therapist. And in doing that, I will be able to know that as a solution focused therapist, that I should be able to more or less find out the client's motivation to change, their building skills to resist drugs would be a goal. I will then they will be able to replace using drugs with different activities, learning better interpersonal relationships, and in doing that, the person or the couple would be able to find out what their goals are. But even before I continue that, I need to explain to everyone that a substance abuse disorder, it has been classified as a disease, and which means that disease can set a behavior that a person demonstrates with a lack of control. These drugs achieve desired changes or experiences for that person. They ingest the chemicals such as depressants, which is alcohol, stimulants, which is cocaine or some form of cocaine, hallucinants, which is LSD, or opiates, which is heroin. And even though cannabinoid, which is called marijuana, is legal in some states, it's not completely legal in all states as of yet, as of this recording. The treatment for addiction, a partner who is addicted, would be to find out, first of all, what their goals are, and to see and to explain to them that no single treatment is for everybody. And providing treatment, we would need to know that treatment is readily available. Treatment is not only for the drug use, it's for multiple needs. Treatment can consist of adequate amount of time. Some people may need at least 3 months of inpatient stay. Some people may need meds who are addicted to heroin. People's treatment and services can be changed according to what the client needs. My focus as their counselor would be to find out, once again, what the client's motivation is to change, to help them build better skills to resist drug use would need to be a goal. By replacing these drugs with different activities, learning better interpersonal relationship skills, and to help substance abuse clients, it does not need to be voluntary to be effective. And another thing, the assessment process would be for me to gather background information, find out current findings, such as the diagnostic interview method, to try to find out when was the last time they used drugs, what triggered them, getting information from other family members. And I would use the mental status exam. I would seek to find out when was the first time they were exposed to drugs. Were there any prior addiction? And I would find out about their family and friends. I would use the diagnostic, the DSM-5, for me to find out related disorders for any other types of substances. For instance, like caffeine. My assessment as a solution-focused therapist would be to not ask questions. I need to stay focused on the present and their future goals. And also, I would use the behavioral, cognitive behavioral therapy, where I would be able to change the problematic behavior by getting them to learn better social learning skills, which would be based on motivation, coping skills, support, and their interactions. My interventions would be to help the client who may be abusing drugs with a better ability to identify high-risk situations, gain better coping skills, have a greater sense of self, and them being able to use their skills. My job as a counselor, I believe, would be to identify the problem, provide measures to change, and conduct further research to validate the results. As an emotional focused couple therapist, I would focus on the emotional responses that evoke the patterns and help them to develop a secure emotional bond for finding out a better couples interaction, and try to get them to create stable patterns by using feedback. My goal would be to show them how to de-escalate negative cycles of separation, distress. Emotions, as we all know, is primary for the interaction, the social interactions. I would need to be able to create a more positive attachment between the couple, which will eventually help them to feel safer within the relationship. The person that's using the drugs, I would, ask questions like what maintains their usage, what triggers them, what negative consequences might serve as a source of motivation for them to change. Then I would ask the user's partners, how are they coping with their partner's usage? What ways do their behavior serve as a trigger for their usage? Not the partner's behavior, but the person that's actually using the drugs. Then, as a therapist, I would try to find out how well are they working together or against one another with coping with the issue. I would try to find out what degree do the partners support each other. And the last thing I'd like to say is what I really started off with, and that is, as a counselor, I have to be diversified, show no judgment or expectations in them staying together, because basically I am here to serve as a tool into getting them to the goals that they are seeking. So I'm going to be all three. I'm going to be solution focused, emotional focused therapist, and a cognitive behavior, because all three ties in with my ultimate goal of being a chemical dependent counselor. Thank you for watching.